Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Long Dark with Gazbeard. It's Friday, the weekend starts here. Well, for everybody except our hero in the game it does, because he's about to undertake several days of intense work at that workbench, and in order to do that he's going to have to sleep outside. He's going to be sleeping rough. Now, before we get started on everything, we just need to check how much water is he carrying, because that's going to be essential. He's got 1.38 litres. He's going to have to make some more. And there's our sapling there. It's 99% cured. It'll be cured by morning. We're going to need that cook pot. We're going to need some firewood in order to boil up some water. Let's just go grab some from upstairs. There should be a little bit at least up here. We've got a bit of fur. We'll just take a few of the sticks, and we'll take a second cook pot with us. And we'll have to hope that we've got enough wood in order to make up enough water. Now, at the end of yesterday's episode, we made the snow shelter. There it is. So let's just quickly round up some more sticks for the fire, just to be sure that we can get all the water made that we need. And we do want to get a bit of a move on because it's almost dark, and we want to get some reading done. Make use of the longer daylight that we get outside. Right, first things first, let's have the cook pots on the stones. I don't know if it's going to let me use the magnifying glass. Yes, it will. Get a bit of tinder out, get a stick out, start the fire, save a match by using the magnifying glass. One of the advantages to cooking outside. Matches in this game are like gold dust. Doesn't matter how many you have at the start of a long run, you need to preserve them for as long as possible. So come on, fire, burn, burn, burn. And we're going to need about 2¼ hours on the fire to get both of these pots filled and boiling with 2 litres of water each. There we are, great. Throw that piece of fur on immediately. Add sticks. 2 hours 20, that's a good start. Get 2 litres of water into there. And into there. And then we'll just hunker down beside the fire, and we'll get the book out. And ironically, it's a book about using fires. So what we're going to do is 2 hours. Yeah, we'll do 2 hours. There we go. The water's boiling. We'll take that. And we'll just leave the pots there. That gives us enough water to do what we're going to do. Just check the snow shelter. It could use a repair. Uses 1 stick. And I forgot to check if we've got any meat, so let's just grab some anyway. Come on. 1 for supper, 1 for breakfast. Let's keep our calories up. Into the snow shelter we go. And we can see it's pretty rough out there, but if we check our temperature, it feels like 23 degrees in here in the snow shelter with our clothing and everything else. So let's just have something to eat. We'll just eat the whole kilo and have a good drink. And hopefully we've got enough light. Let's start getting some clothing repairs done. If we're really lucky, we'll have enough light to repair that coat. Yep, we did. Still not quite midnight. If we can get another repair in, that'd be great. So, what are we looking at? Well, let's try and rescue these mucklucks. Oh, we need leather. We don't have leather with us. We do have leather in the camp office, though. This underwear is getting pretty worn, so 1 hour to repair that. That's good. And he's still not fully tired. However, I do believe he's tired enough that he's going to sleep through till sunrise. That's going to be about an 8-hour sleep. So what we'll do is we'll take a drink. And then we'll activate the bedroll. Put in for an 8-hour sleep. And we're sleeping outside to offset cabin fever risk, which will occur if we were to sleep inside at the same time as doing all the workbench stuff. So there we are, we've woken up and it's daylight. It looks to be quite a calm day, in fact. Before we exit the snow shelter, let's just check how hungry is he. He's hungry enough to eat half of that. And again, top up his hydration. And back we go. So right now we can exit the snow shelter. And let's just get straight indoors. And one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to check how much cloth we've got left. We've got 2 pieces left. And we need to have a few more pieces of cloth. Wrong drawer. There we go. We'll take another 5 just to get these repairs done. And we want some leather. Now, we don't have any leather. And I'm doing this before we start the crafting, just to make sure that we've got the materials on us. Have we got a pair of driving gloves in there? We have. So, we don't need the driving gloves. We'll break them down tonight. Use them to repair the mucklucks. Right, crafting. What are we going to do? Has that sapling cured? It has. So we need 2 pieces of cured gut to make the bow. Let's get that made first. Pick that up. Click on the workbench. Survival, it takes 5 hours. Let's push through the first 3 hours. Actually, let's just go for a straight 5. We'll use the knife, because the hatchet's for fighting. And you can see the time racing past. It's now after midday. And we've got our survival bow made. It's as simple as that. Have the materials, be at a workbench, and put in the necessary number of hours. Right, next we want to get these birch saplings crafted, and we're going to craft them into arrow shafts. 30 minutes each. Use the knife again. And again. And again. That's it. Right, now, have we got any arrow shafts in here? We've got 9 in the drawer and 1 in our pack, so let's move 1 across so that we've got 10 on us. We're going to want 10 arrowheads. And we're going to want 30 feathers. That's it. Now, arrows take an hour and a half each. We're not going to get all 10 made today, but we'll see how many we can get done. We'll do this one, then we'll have a bite to eat and a drink. So change across to the food pack. Come on. Check the time of day. It's, I'd say we've got 3 hours of daylight left. We should be able to get another 2 arrows made. So back to the forging menu. There we are. We can see it's got dark. We need to find our way out. There's the workbench. Now, I'm sort of seeing that's the workbench window. If I come round to there, we had a leave camp office prompt there for a second. There we are. Step outside, it should be light enough to see. It is. Grab a couple of kilos of meat.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
And this is why you make sure that you've got enough meat to last you for a few days before you get started. Now, that wind last night and leaving the snowstorm, the snow shelter alone in the daylight means it needs a bit of repair. It's going to take us 4 minutes and it requires 2 sticks. If you repair your snow shelter daily, you don't need to expend any cloth on it. Just use it with sticks that you pick up around your camp. Right, so we're now back in the snow shelter. We can't do any crafting of the arrows in here, obviously, because we need the workbench. So what we're going to do is, in our pack, we've got a whole bunch of crafting to do in terms of rose hips. So let's begin crafting those. Make use of the what's remaining of the daylight. You can, in fact, do this crafting in the absolute dark. All of this hand crafting can be done in the dark. We should actually have repaired the mucklucks first. We've got 1 rose hip left, so we'll put that back in the drawer. Our bandages are down to 5 of them, but I don't want to use the cloth because I want...
Dark out here. Time to look for shelter.
See if we can do a repair on this. We don't have the cured leather because we haven't harvested the gloves yet.
I could eat anything right now.
And before we even try it, let's just have a look. No, it's going to be too dark to repair them. We need to check the condition of our bedroll. 87%. It deteriorates quite rapidly when you use it in a snow shelter. So in the morning, the very first thing we want to do is get this repaired and then do the mucklucks. We're now about 2 hours before midnight. It's time to eat and drink. There we go. We're not tired enough to sleep till dawn, but unfortunately there's not enough light to do anything else, I would suggest. We can try a repair on the sleeping bag on the bedroll. It'll probably fail. Hey, it let us do it. Excellent. So that puts us now much closer to midnight. We're still not tired enough to get through to dawn if we sleep. So let's just try a repair on them as well. See if it'll let us do it.
Not sure why I feel so tired.
Took them up to 74%. Excellent. And we will be very tired now. It is midnight. We don't need to eat anything else, but we do need to take a drink before sleeping. So let's just get that done. There we are, fully hydrated now. Let's get the bedroll out. Let's put in for an 8-hour sleep. We're certainly tired enough for that now. And that'll take us through to sunrise. There we are, we've survived 54 days, 16 hours and 5 minutes. So we're in day 55 now. Right, any more repairs before we leave the shelter? 98%, 98, 95, 83. I'd like to repair those socks up. 94, 99, 100, 74. These are just getting repaired to put on the shelf, so we don't need to take them higher than that. 98, 99, 97, 98, 99, 86. These need a repair. Let's just get a quick repair on them. And then we'll need to eat and drink. Failed. Okay. Maybe we're too hungry. Maybe we're too thirsty. So let's just eat that. And take a drink. And tonight we'll need to make more water. Which means we're going to need to finish crafting early to come out and get wood. Or get it before we go in, one of the two. So, right. Those long johns. Repair. There we are, back to 100%. Those gloves at 87, these are spare gloves, just as these are spare socks. They do need repaired, but not now. 92% on that hat is low enough to warrant a repair, because the hats take most of the damage during a wolf attack. There we are. Go back now. That's it. So now we can leave the snow shelter. Just check it for a repair. 2 minutes, 1 stick. Just repair it. Keep it at 100%. And I think we used all of that meat, didn't we? Yeah, we did. So we've still got plenty down by the back door. This wet snow will get us soaked through and push us towards hypothermia very quickly. It feels like 7 degrees, but the wetness would drop our temperature. So let's just head in. We'll take a piece of meat with us, just in case we get hungry during the day. And we're back to making arrows. And it's nearly midday already. Those repairs really took time. Right, we're only going to get the 3 arrows made today because we need to get that wood. We're now an archery novice just from making the bow and the arrows and reading that archery book. Right, let's drop these mucklucks upstairs, lose some weight. And what I'm going to do is, for the inverted commas handmade items of clothing, I'm going to drop them all on this table. There we are. That just loses us some weight. need to go and find some decent wood. And for the first time, we can actually go out with the bow and arrow at the ready. It's taken us long enough to get here. We've got our deer wandering around at the top of the road here, which generally indicates that there's no wolves about, but I'm not going to trust that as being an absolute rule. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab this one cedar branch, use the hacksaw, and head back. That's all we need to make more water. We are parched, and we're going to be losing condition if we don't get a drink very soon. And it looks like there is a couple of sticks across here that we'll just pick up as well. And we're walking straight into the wind. So,
need to eat soon.
So we're moving slowly. We're now in the wind shadow from the rocks. I thought there might be another stick up here. And another one, that's great. Now we need to always keep 3 or 4 on us for repairing the snow shelter while we're using it. I don't know if we'll be able to get the fire going here. Just put the bow and arrow away because we're quite safe here. Can we use the magnifier? No. We should in theory be sheltered enough here to use the fire. Come on, fire, burn baby burn. We got water to make.
Turned out pretty well.
There we go. Let's get a couple of bits of cedar on it straight away. And sticks, we've got 7, so let's just add 1 stick to bring it to 2 hours 20. Make 2 litres. Make 2 litres. I'm going to drop the other piece of cedar there.
I need something to drink. And soon.
Yeah, we're going to sort that out right now, mate. Now we've got that on the go, let's just crouch down. Keep our marker on the fire so we can watch its timings. And get that piece of meat down us. Take a good drink out of there. Now we've got to watch that campfire. We don't want it to burn out. Past time until ready on that. Check the campfire, still got the time on it. Past time already on that. Great, take that. Take that. We've got 24 minutes on there. What we can do is we can, oops, make an extra ½ litre. Make an extra ½ litre. Add, ooh, I'd say we probably need 2 sticks on there. Just pass time till that's ready. Pass time till it's boiled. Take it. Take it. Got 11 minutes left. Perfect timing. Just go back to the snow shelter. Give it a repair. Needs 1 stick. And then get into it. So there we are. Right, now what have we got to do in terms of any crafting or anything of that nature?
So night can't be far behind.
Right, we've got 6 sets of prepared rose hips, which is great. Clothing, I think we've repaired everything except for this spares. Yep, so we'll get that. We'll do 1 repair on that pair of socks. That's good. And the only other thing we want to do is get this book read. So we've done 2 hours on it. Let's try for another 2 hours. Hey, it let us do it. Excellent. Let's just try for that last hour. If we can get that last hour on it, I'll be a very happy bunny. We did. Hurrah. Research already completed. Right. Now, what we need to do is check his calories. 634 is not enough to get through the night. Have we got suitable snack foods on us? We have. Use one of these 50% candy bars. And take a good long drink of water. And that should give us 876. That's fine. That'll get us through. It's midnight. So if we go back, go into the sleeping bag menu, and we're on the edge of drained. We're going to push in a straight 8 hours. That'll take us through to daylight. It'll actually take us through till mid-morning. Excellent. Check the condition of the sleeping bag. See if it needs a repair. 99%. No, it doesn't. We've got 4 arrows to make, and we've got our full complement of 10. So exit the snow shelter. Head down to the back door. Grab a kilo for breakfast. Dive in. And we're going to eat that meat. As you can see, our calories were on the floor. And take a drink. And we've now got enough to get these 4 arrows made. It's going to take us 6 hours. And each arrow that we're making is increasing our archery skill. You see the symbol here? So that's it. We should now have 10 arrows. There we do, 10 arrows and a bow. I'd like to get a second bow. Always have a spare bow. There's always a chance that your bow's going to snap, especially if you've used it a few times. So what we can do now, while it's still daylight, we drop that book off upstairs in the burnable books pile. Over here. Just reduces the weight that we're carrying. We still have these shooting books to read, so we'll take one of them, which puts the weight back on us, of course. And what time of day have we got? We've got mid-afternoon. We do need to eat and drink again, so once again, let's dive out, grab a kilo of meat. We're going to eat that straight down, and we're going to take a drink of water, and you can see that bear meat's depleted quite quickly. We started with 20 kilos here and we're down to 7. Crafting burns through your food stockpiles like nothing else on earth. Right, the next thing we're going to make is rabbit skin gloves. We've got 4 cured rabbit pelts, which is what we need. Any of these cured? Oh, all of these are cured. Okay. Forgotten how many we need. How many guts we need to make the rabbit skin gloves. We need 2. Okay, so we'll take those 2. Go on to here. What time of day have we got? Mid-afternoon. We can probably get 4 hours on them. They need 8 hours. Let's just push it straight through for 4 hours. And then they're half done. it gave us a little over 2 hours, and then something broke. So let's put another 2 hours on it and begin crafting. Hooray! So we've got about 4 hours left to do on them, which will be ideal for the morning. It's dark again, so the exit should be about there. There we are. Pick up a kilo of meat for supper. Repair the snow shelter. Requires 1 stick, takes 3 minutes. Use the snow shelter. And what we're going to do is we're going to eat half of that meat. Going to take a full drink. And then we're going to use a couple of hours. We've got 12 of 25 hours researched on this book apparently. So I'm going to try for 3 hours.
I need to find a place to rest.
It let us have them. Most excellent. Alright, now check our calories first. 1300 is enough to get through the night, but we do need a drink. There we go. And we use the radial menu, campfire, sleeping bag, bedroll, whatever you want to call it. Here in the UK we call them sleeping bags. I believe North America calls them bedrolls. And we're going to push in for an 8-hour sleep. "56 days, 14 hours, 32 minutes. So we're into day 57. We probably need to eat and drink. We do. So we'll eat the other half of that meat. Take a drink of water. Go back out. We'll exit the snow shelter. Do our morning repair on the snow shelter. 1 stick, uses 4 calories, takes 2 minutes. That's it done. Head back into the camp office. Take a kilo of meat. Wow, that's still dark. What time? Oh, it's not very far after sunrise. So, we know the workbench is over here somewhere. There it is, workbench. Let's just bang straight in for the 3.98 hours and begin crafting. You can see daylight bleeding in as we progress. Hooray, 1 set of rabbit skin gloves. And there they are. Right, let's get them dropped upstairs. And back downstairs. What we're going to quickly do is just jump out and back in to create a save point. Back in. You see the saving game marker appear on the right hand side of the screen. There we are. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Speed crafting at its finest. Sleeping outdoors to avoid the cabin fever, and making use of the extra daylight that you get by being in the snow shelter instead of in a building to do some research, clothing repairs and medical crafting of the rose hips. Hope you've enjoyed that. I hope it's helped you with your own long dark gameplay, and I'll see you in the next episode. Don't forget to like the video, click follow, read the video description please. In there you find links to my Discord, Facebook, Patreon, Twitter and Twitch, as well as to my loot store. Going to any of them and either following me there or purchasing from the loot store helps me immensely and helps me to get closer to my aim of making streaming and video production a full-time career. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the extended Saturday edition. Don't forget, Saturdays and Sundays are a slightly longer edition. Until then, enjoy the start of your weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow. From me, as always, bye for now.